When a U.S. president dies, the nation stops. The bells toll, the flags lower to half-staff, and the Capitol enters a state of mourning. But in 1862, when the 10th President of the United States died, Washington, D.C. did absolutely nothing. No proclamation, no moment of silence. As far as the Union was concerned, John Tyler didn't exist. Today, we are looking at the life, the traitorous funeral, and the bizarre hidden facts of the man they called His Excellency. John Tyler was born in 1790 at Greenway Plantation in Virginia. He was the definition of old Virginia aristocracy. His father was a buddy of Thomas Jefferson, and the family traced their roots back to the original Jamestown settlers. This upbringing gave Tyler a fierce, unwavering belief in the state's rights, a belief that would eventually define his controversial end. In 1840, he joined the Tippecanoe and Tyler II campaign. Let's take a quick listen to that catchy tune for their campaign.
What's the cause of this commotion, motion, motion, our country through? It is the ball a-rolling on for Tippecanoe and Tyler too, for Tippecanoe and Tyler too, and with them will be little Van. Van is our used-up man, and with them will be little Van.
That catchy tune helped put William Henry Harrison in the White House, but Harrison died just 1 month later. At age 51, Vice President John Tyler became the youngest person to hold the presidential office at that time. But there was a problem. The Constitution didn't explicitly say he became president. He moved into the White House, took the oath, and if you sent him a letter addressed acting president, he sent it back unopened. He was so stubborn, his own party, the Whigs, expelled him while he was in office. He was a president without a party, literally politically homeless. Tyler's presidency was chaotic. He had a massive cabinet turnover, including 3 secretaries of state, largely because he kept vetoing his own party's bills. But the most dramatic moment happened on February 28, 1844, aboard the USS Princeton. Tyler was hosting a party to show off a massive new cannon called the Peacemaker. During a demonstration, the gun exploded. It was one of the deadliest peacetime accidents in U.S. government history. It killed the Secretary of State and the Secretary of the Navy. Tyler only survived because he was below deck, sipping on champagne with a young socialite named Julia Gardner. But the explosion killed Julia's father, David Gardner. In a strange turn of grief and romance, Tyler married Julia 4 months later. Julia The socialite was referred to as the Rose of Long Island, and essentially the first commercial model to become First Lady. Their marriage was totally a 19th century tabloid scandal. There's a darker side to that explosion. It also killed Henry Armistead, an enslaved man who served as Taylor's personal valet. Henry was likely inherited from Tyler's father's estate. While the cabinet members got state funerals, Henry was buried at the Taylor's plantation by relatives. Here's a fun side note. I came across several of these documents in the archives. They are Mediterranean passports signed by Tyler and Secretary of State Daniel Webster. These passports in the 1800s were official, secure parchment maritime documents issued to U.S. vessels to provide nationality and provide immunity from attacks by Barbary pirates. Following treaties with the Barbary states, starting in 1795, these passports allowed American ships to trade safely in the region. These documents are signed by 3 different secretaries of state, which can be considered a high turnover. He also had 3 attorney generals, 4 secretaries of the Treasury, 5 secretaries of the Navy, and 4 secretaries of war. His cabinet experienced high turnover, primarily because he was expelled from his own political party, the Whigs, after vetoing their banking bills, leading most of his inherited cabinet to resign in September of 1841, except for Secretary of State Daniel Webster, who eventually resigned. He also clashed heavily with party leader Henry Clay. By 1862, the Civil War was raging. Tyler, a Virginian through and through, did the unthinkable. He sided with the Confederacy. By January 1862, Tyler was 71 and had just been elected to the Confederate House of Representatives. In January, while staying at the Ballard House Hotel, which was a prominent mid-19th century hotel in Richmond, Virginia, he started feeling dizzy and nauseous. He collapsed in the dining room. On January 18th, after a few days rallying and fading, he took a final sip of brandy and told the doctor, "I am going. Perhaps it's best." He died of what we now believe was a stroke. President Abraham Lincoln and the U.S. government ignored his death entirely. He is the only president in history whose death was not officially recognized in Washington. But in the South, he was a hero. Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, gave him a massive state funeral. Tyler's coffin was draped in the Confederate flag, making him the only president ever buried under a foreign flag. He was laid to rest in Hollywood Cemetery in Richmond, Virginia, just a few yards away from President James Monroe's gravesite. Here's a fun fact. President Harry Truman and John Tyler were distantly related, as Truman's great-grandmother, Nancy Tyler Holmes, was a first cousin of the 10th president, John Tyler. Furthermore, both men shared a historical connection of the few U.S. presidents to succeed to the office upon the death of a predecessor. We are looking at the death mask of John Tyler. This post-mortem image depicts the former U.S. president in profile. The plaster cast of Tyler's face was molded within days of his death. During the Civil War, Union soldiers sacked Sherwood Forest, his estate, and deliberately broke the mask. Family members retrieved the shattered fragments, and about half of the mask was restored. The mask is now held in the collection of the Virginia Museum of History and Culture in Richmond. He originally intended to be buried in this spot on his Virginia estate of Sherwood Forest Plantation. But because of the occupation, his family was not able to bury him there. His grave at Hollywood Cemetery remained largely unmarked for decades due to financial troubles in Virginia. In 1899, a monument was erected and then replaced with a larger and more extravagant one in 1915. Here is something mind-blowing. John Tyler was born in 1790. He had 15 children. Because he started his second family so late in life, he had a living grandson until just recently. Harrison Ruffin Tyler, the son of Lyon Garner Tyler, was the living bridge to the 18th century. He lived to be 96 years old and passed away on May 25th, 2025. Think about it. 3 generations of one family spanned from the administration of George Washington to modern day. Did you know that the city and county of Tyler, Texas is named after John Tyler? It was named in his honor in 1846 by the Texas legislature to recognize his support for the annexation, which officially admitted it as the 28th state of the Union in 1845. John Tyler was a man of firsts, the first to succeed a deceased president, the first to face impeachment, which failed, and the only one to be considered a traitor. He chose his state over his country, and he paid for it with historical obscurity. Next time you see a flag at half-staff, remember the one man they refused to lower it for. Thank you for joining us today. We invite you to watch all our videos from famous funerals to diving into the archives to find generations of history. And always please remember to be kind in everything you do, including the comments you make.